I've been thinking lately, and I'm not trying to get too deep or be too philosophical or anything, but lately I've been having the thoughts about my career and the images that I've produced over that time frame. What impact do my images have on the world? And not only did I write them down, but I kind of sketched them out. And I've got a couple of ideas that I thought might be kind of fun to go back and finally create. I had written them down as ideas and just never got to them. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been like 4 months since I did a full video. It's kind of like starting over. It's not like welcome back, but nonetheless, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Coons, and maybe you forgot, but on this channel I do all things photography, and I apologize that I haven't been around for a while, but quick little life update if you didn't know already. I've kind of posted it in some shorts. Back in March, I was freelance photography 100% of the time. I was filling my schedule as best I could. I really had high hopes that 2025 was going to be a great year because I was doing I was just filling my schedule with a lot of freelance stuff. And then all of a sudden came along a job opportunity which was just phenomenal. I ended up taking this product photography job up near Asheville, North Carolina. And I've been working for Microtech Knives since the end of March. And it's phenomenal. It's a great job. Love it. Work with a lot of great people. The standard of excellence is really high, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. But with that full-time job and all the freelance work that I had lined up, I've just been crazy busy. And unfortunately, what happened is this YouTube channel kind of got set aside, and I haven't had time to make videos. In fact, this is my first weekend that I am either not working some kind of freelance job or out of town. So I'm taking advantage, doing a studio shoot, and getting back into making YouTube videos. And if you know me at all, you know I love being in the studio, so this is a phenomenal way to get back into making these videos. And so I'm super excited. Thanks for watching. Now, a while back I had talked about an idea that I had to do a photograph with a vise, and I didn't have an old vise. Well, I've been looking for a long time. Facebook Marketplace, I've been looking in pawn shops, and I found a lot of them, but a lot of them were rather expensive, and I just didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. But recently I found one. I think I paid the guy like $20, found it on Facebook Marketplace, and so voila, I've got an old vise to do the shot that I've been wanting to do for a while. And like I explained in a previous video, I had come up with these concepts years ago, like 20 years ago with this concept, because my wife and I were doing these Christian posters, and they were all based around Bible scriptures. This one happens to be one of two different ideas I had for Judges 6:1, and Judges 6:1 talks about how the Israelites were given into the hands of Midian, and at the time we were having some financial wobbles, and so it felt like financially we were given over into the hands of an enemy, which the vice, crunching the money, is the concept behind here. So Judges 6:1, so 6 $1 bills, Judges 6:1 in a vice, crunch. Yep, we're going to make a kind of a concept piece as well as kind of an artsy photograph. Looking forward to getting back into the studio, and thank you guys for watching. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Let's do it. So I think I've got everything kind of set up the way I want it. I've got the vise, I've got the money all sprawled out. It's kind of hard to tell that there's 6 $1 bills in there, but I mean, they're there. I've added this window. This was not part of my original vision of this thing, but I think what I'm going to do is put a light back there and have some kind of warm, glowy morning type light coming through. Because looking back on the whole thing, I know everything worked out. You know, it might have seemed like we were getting crunched financially, but there was a new day coming and everything worked out. So I'm going to add that element because I'm doing this all in hindsight and seeing how everything worked out fine. But I've got it all set up. Super excited to be tethering. I think that's going to make life so much nicer. And I just need to get some lights on the set, and we'll take the first exposure. I think I've got some lights in the general area that they're going to be. Get my trigger on here. Okay, we're firing. Okay, very, very nice. Now, that was just a simple guess as far as exposure. It's on 1/4 of a second at f2.8 ISO 160, which is kind of where I was from an ambient exposure, and I want to override the ambient for sure. So I'm gonna bump this up to 125. I really don't think I want to be at f2.8. Let's just go 4. I do want that window going out of focus. Let's take another quick shot. Okay, let me show you this real quick. So nice being tethered. There it is, big screen right away. You don't have to take the card, put it into the computer, because I think we all know what you see on the back of the camera can often look different than what we see when we get it into the computer. So I'm loving what's happening in the back. I love what's happening on the dollars. I want to light up the front of this vise a little bit, so I'm going to set up a light with probably some kind of honeycomb grid and maybe some barn doors and just shoot a little light across there for some drama. And I think we'll be close. Now, one thing that I always kind of pictured this shot, and the last shot we did of Judge's 6-1 with the pocket watch and the strings, that was in black and white. And I guess I see this one in black and white as well. So the neat red color of this vise may or may not play a part of it. I may change my mind about the black and white, but I think I need it black and white. But I'm going to set up that third light and take another one. All right, guys, I added a third light. It's hard to see, but there is a honeycomb grid in there. I've got the barn doors. It's shooting light just across the front of this thing. I think it hits the dollar bills as well. Now the trick is to come up with the ratio and the power of it. So let's take a photograph, come on over here, and that's way too hot. So we'll dial that sucker way back, and then let's see here. Okay, he's on C and he's not at 1/64th power. Let's try that again. All right. All right, much, much better. I'm thinking that is a little bit too much. I needed a little more moody than that. But I think the ratios are probably pretty darn close. All right. Tweak the light a little bit, and I think we might have ourselves a shot. Okay, so I think I've got it really, really close in terms of lighting. I ended up turning the modeling light on so I could see, hold a mirror here and bounce a little more light into the money. However, I brought my wife in to do a little art directing, and what did she think? And she had some good suggestions, so we're going to make some changes. One of her big things is that the money looks too perfect. I've kind of got this bouquet of money and it's too perfect. With her help, I think what we decided is rather than crunch it at the bottom, I'm going to crunch it more in the middle. So I got to futz with that a little bit, maybe make it not look so perfect as far as arranged, but I think we're really close. think I've finally got it. Some tweaking, some more art direction from my wife, but I think I've got it. And let me show you the final capture, not the final image, because I'm going to do a little bit of adjusting to it, and then I'll show you the way the lights are set up. But let me just throw this out. I love being able to tether to the computer. It is so nice to be able to see it as it's coming up, make changes, see it big. But I just realized, because I can do that, I shoot more. When you have to stop and take it out of the camera, put the SD card in and bring it up, you tend not to shoot as much. Here it's like, oh, just make a little change, shoot again. Make a little change, shoot again. So I've taken a bunch of shots, but I think I've got it. Let me show you. Okay, there I think is the final image. And what I'm gonna do, I think, is change it to a square. And my camera's a little crooked, so I'm gonna straighten it out a little bit and maybe bring this in just a bit tighter. But straight out of the camera, I think that that is it. Maybe put a little bit of a vignette and darken the edges. And I was thinking black and white, but my wife is saying no, she likes color. So we'll see, but that's pretty close. I'm liking it. So there you have it. Here's the final image. I went into Photoshop, did a couple little extra things to just kind of moody it up, if you will, to make it a little bit more dramatic, because I really think this shot needed to be dramatic. I think we got really close with the lighting, but a little bit of smoke and mirrors in Photoshop. I'm really happy with the end results. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. And, you know, I think I kind of achieved one of those things that was a vision of a shot I had 20 years ago, really. And just an art piece for myself. And, you know, I love being in the studio. So, you know, perfect scenario for all of the above in terms of my photography needs. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you would. I'd greatly appreciate that. Leave a thumbs up as well. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.